So one of the things I always wonder about is what is it like for a non-traditional, not an ad sales company to become one, and an ad tech company almost like, and it's really happened in the last couple of years. What's that process been like?
It's a build. CVS, CVS Health. We're a health and wellness business, and we're trying to bring that health and wellness and health equity to America, and we're operating within that enterprise and really trying to elevate the consumer behavior and the way in which the consumer is engaging with us through the front store. It's a consistent build. It's going to take a little bit of time. We're on a journey. The business has been in market for about 3 years now, and the last year we've been really scaling and building out the platform.
Retail media is getting bigger. It often starts with companies that have e-commerce properties. You're probably a little different in that you have a blend of that and a lot of in-store. How is that different in terms of building an ad business?
Yeah, and we also have to think about the consumer as we think about that in-store and how the consumer behaves and interacts with us as a property. So if you look at CVS Pharmacy and the retail business, we have around about 9,000 locations across America. Around about 85% of America is within 10 miles of a CVS. And with that convenient, local, trusted brand. This app business is predicated upon 74 million ExtraCare consumers. ExtraCare is our loyalty program that really brings value to consumers, but also enables us to understand some of their behaviors both in a digital environment and also in a physical environment. And what we see is the behavior that we see through the ExtraCare program and what the ads business CMX is built upon is understanding the way in which they're engaging from a digital capacity and then often purchasing within a physical environment. So for example, we see that 50% of our consumers who start their search in an app environment will go and complete that visit, or complete that purchase, I should say, within the store environment within 48 hours. So that connectivity and making sure that from a brand's perspective that you're omnipresent with that consumer is really, really, really important.
Often retail media starts with people are searching for X, let's show them ads for that, and the equivalent of the at the counter purchase.
Right.
How has that evolved over time as you've gotten into the business a little bit deeper?
Well, I think, and the way that evolves over time is we want to think about that high affinity and the signals that we're getting from our audiences and understanding how they're related to a brand or related to a specific category. We're getting better at that. That goes back to what we were talking about, the build and the sophistication of the ads business and the sophistication of the audiences that we build, the sophistication of also the measurement as well. So that continually improves. Again, like the underlying platform opportunity that we have at CMX is ExtraCare, loyalty, and the trust that our consumers put in that loyalty program really help us build our business, and we'll continue to drive that, and we'll continue to also get better at targeting and better at serving products up to our consumers.
As this space has really exploded over the last couple of years, You're seeing a lot of retailers trying to figure out, well, do I want to concentrate on my properties, go off network, partner with other sources of demand? Where have you figured out your strategy, if you have, at this moment?
Yeah, there's a number of different ways in which we talk to the consumer, through the leverage of our ExtraCare consumers. So we leverage and talk to our consumers with ad message on our platform, so on CVS.com or through the app. Another way in which we talk to that consumer is when they're off-site. So if they're working or in a streaming TV app, or they're on a premium website, we're also looking to talk to that audience in that environment as well. And then the third way, which again talks to the way in which the consumers behave within the CVS environment, is the way in which we talk to the consumers in store. And in-store is a huge monetizable opportunity with CVS, and it's also really brings brands to life in that physical environment, especially given the way in which our consumers behave with that portfolio.
Lastly, your business has emerged just as all this signal loss is really taken hold, and particularly cookies going away. How does that change the market for you, maybe present an opportunity?
Yeah, the signal loss and cookie deprecation specifically, it's gonna really change and transform the industry. There's no real singular ID solution that's prevailing right now, and we're seeing that very much play out in the market. This is really where first-party data assets and the role of retail media comes into effect. If we look at ExtraCare and the 74 million consumers that we have within the CVS environment, cookie deprecation is not necessarily a challenge for us. It's actually an opportunity for the industry. Not just an opportunity for us to target consumers much more clearly, but it's also an opportunity for us to continue that cycle and help brands understand performance at POS and the way in which a brand is driving right the way through to sales. So I think you're going to continue to see the growth of retail. We can see the prevalence of retail here at CES, and that will, I think that will continue to accelerate through the next year or two.